I'm Sarah and I'm here with Thea and Duncan, who are yoga students at Henham Yoga Studio, and we've got a 10-minute fire flow to warm you up. So when you're ready, come to stand near the front of your mat, spread your toes nice and wide as you lift them up, and then place them back down. Inhale, sweep your arms up above your head, and as you exhale, take your right hand down towards your hip, take a big side stretch over. Inhale, lift that hand back up. Exhale, take your left hand down towards your hip, side stretch. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, bend the knees and float all the way down towards the ground. Let your head and neck dangle. Inhale for a halfway lift, hands on shins, flat back, look forward. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back into a plank. Lower your knees down towards the ground, take your hands further forward than your shoulders, shift your pelvis forward in space, lift your ankles, squeeze them together. As you exhale, start to come down, squeezing the elbows in towards the ribs and press back up. You don't have to come all the way down, you can come halfway down. Keep going like this, loading the triceps, using the strength in the back of the arms, making sure your hips are coming forward and flat like these guys. If your hips are pointing up to the sky, you're going to load your rotator cuff instead of your triceps. So when you've got that burn going in the back of your arms, release all the way down to the ground. Take your fingers outside of your mat, up onto your fingertips. Tuck your chin in, roll yourself up off the ground, and as you exhale, release your ribcage back down. As you inhale, tuck the chin, lift up. As you exhale, roll back down. Try to get more movement happening into the thoracic spine, the space between the shoulder blades. Good breath. One more. Lovely. And then take the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, squeeze the elbows in nice and tight, press up through the back of your heart, and lift slowly all the way up into plank. Hips come up and back, downward facing dog, pedaling out your downward dog, bending one knee then the other, giving your head and neck a shake all around, perhaps dropping one elbow towards the ground and then the other. And then begin to cross your left leg in front of your right leg in front of your left, and take a cross-legged walk along the edges of your mat all the way up towards the front. And when you get to the front, separate your feet nice and wide, bend your knees, take hold of your elbows, let yourself fold in Ragdoll position. So in this position, you're trying to keep the back of the neck nice and long. You're using the weight of the elbows and the crown of the head to lengthen through the spine, decompressing the vertebrae. Knees are bent, lower back is relaxed. Release the hands to the ground. We're going to roll up. So keep the chin tucked, press into the soles of the feet, use the quads, use the front of your body, lift yourself all the way up, and when you get to the top, roll your shoulders up, back and down 3 times. From here, bring your feet in underneath your hips, lift your 10 toes up high, spread them wide again, place them back down. Inhale, draw the arms out to the side, pulling the navel in, lifting the lower ribs together. As you exhale, hinge at your hips, fold all the way down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, hands on shin bones, look forward, flat back, pull the navel in. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back. Take the right hand into the center, underneath your shoulder. Roll onto the edges of your feet, stacking them or splitting them, and lift your other arm up nice and high. So you've got one lovely long straight arm between your 2 fingertips. Press the hips up high towards the sky, breathe in, and as you breathe out, circle your lifted arm forward and down, finding yourself back into a plank. Lower down halfway or come to your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog, press off your toes. The first one always feels a bit weird. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog, flipping the feet or rolling over the toes. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, take a light hop step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up and high. Urdhva Hastasana, palms meet, pull the ribs in. Exhale, flow straight back down towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. You can have your fingers in front of your toes if your hamstrings feel flexible enough, or your hands on your shins. Take the hands to the ground, start to lift the heels, so you're tipping the weight into the hands. You're going to need the palms on the floor, so maybe take a little step back. Good, and then put the palms, plug them down into the ground. You're lifting the heels, so you're weighting yourself, and then you can step or jump back from here into your plank. Lower down from full plank to half plank, squeezing the elbows in. Inhale, press off your toes, upward facing dog, lift the heart and thighs. Exhale, roll back over your feet, downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale, lift the right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Keep the hips nice and level, keep the thigh engaged. Try to straighten out your lifted leg. As you exhale, take your knee towards your heart and step the foot all the way through between the hands. Good. Lower your back knee to the ground, or you can keep it lifted if you have any knee issues. As you inhale, lift your arms up. As you exhale, interlace the fingers, find the back of the head. Take a little back bend here. So you're lifting up with your heart, squeezing your left leg, leaning slightly back. Breathe out, draw the elbows in towards your ears and fold down, keeping your balance coming to the inside of your front leg. And inhale, open up and out. Exhale, release the arms into a twist. So you're going to reach your right arm behind you, left arm comes forward. Good. Arms are in a horizontal position, look towards your back fingers. Draw the navel in. Inhale, sweep the arms up high above your head, palms meet. And exhale, split them open the other direction. Good. Shoulders are relaxed. Breathe in, lift the arms up high. As you breathe out, frame your front foot, tuck your back toes, lift your back leg. You can come up onto your fingertips if you want and rock forward and backwards. So you're in a runner's lunge. Good. So as you rock forward, you can feel a nice stretch through this hip flexor here. You're taking the knee past the ankle, it's okay, we're not putting any weight into the knee in this position. And as you rock back, you lengthen through the heel bone to stretch the hamstring. From here, step the front foot, back foot all the way to the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. And exhale, fold down. You guys might want to shuffle back a little bit on the mat. Squeeze your feet together. Start to bend your knees deeply, sink your seat. Lift up, Utkatasana, chair pose. So you want to take your arms nice and wide. Spin the little fingers towards the center. And then pull your belly in and lengthen down through your tailbone. Good. Wiggle the toes, take the weight into the heels. Breathe in for 3. And breathe out. Take the hands all the way down to the ground. Option to try a little crow if it feels good. So you take the knees to the outside of the biceps. Fingers are spread wide, palms are on the ground. You lean forward and maybe you lift the toes off the ground. If you fall out, it doesn't matter. Perfect. Really good job. And then jump or step back into your plank. Lower down halfway. As you inhale, come to your upward facing dog. And as you exhale, flow back, hips rise up, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts high to the sky, three-legged dog. Keep that leg nice and long, push out through the ball of the foot, equal weight into all 10 fingers. On your next exhale, hug the knee into your chest and step the foot all the way through between the hands. Lower your back knee, or if that doesn't feel good, keep the knee hovering. As you inhale, sweep the arms up and high. As you exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back of the head. Let the 10-kilogram weight of your head rest into your hands. And as you breathe out, draw the elbows in towards each other. Dip down towards the ground. Inhale to lift up. Open the arms out wide and start to take a twist towards your left. So your arms split forward and backwards. Feel the twist in your tummy. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the center as you look forward. And as you exhale, take the twist in the other direction, maybe looking backwards towards your thumb. Inhale, lift the arms up high, reach and stretch. And then exhale, hands to the ground, up on your fingertips, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, take a rock forward and backwards. Good job. From here, we're going to take the hands to the ground, step back into the plank. We're going to come into side plank with the left hand in the center, roll onto the outside edges of the feet, lift the right arm up and high. Keep pressing up through the hips. Good job. Breathe in for 3. And as you breathe out, take the lifted arm all the way down, forward to the mat, find your plank. Good job. Lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the feet together. Lift the right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee, point the toes. Imagine that lifted leg is arcing over towards the left-hand side of the room. And then come up onto your right fingertips as well. If you know how to flip your dog, go for it. Otherwise, have a look at these guys. So they're going to roll open that top hip, drop your foot all the way over to me as you lift the arm as well, lovely there, and press the hips up towards the sky, reach this arm towards there, lovely, so all the way overhead. And then find your way back into your downward facing dog. If you weren't sure what just happened, we're going to give it a go on the other side so you can try it there. Inhale, lift your left leg high to the sky. I'm not sure if Duncan knew what was going to happen there either. So point the toes and reach the foot over towards the right hand side. Come up onto the left fingertips. So you're weighting your body over towards the right, and then gracefully let the leg fall behind you. Reach the arm all the way overhead. Perfect there. Hips come up high. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, come back down to your downward facing dog. Good job. Breathing in, breathing out. Hold for another 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, looking towards your toes, relaxing your head and neck. Exhale. Release down to your knees, come into child's pose, and we'll finish our practice there. It's a good way to have got you warmed up. You can then start to take your own modified sun salutations if you wish to. You can follow another video, or you can cool it down with some relaxation. 3 breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Start to roll yourself back up to sit on your heels. Take your hands into prayer at your heart. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Close your eyes and imagine that your head is gently pulling backwards. So you're weighting your head properly on top of your shoulders. We'll take an optional Om to finish our practice. If you're at home, you might want to join in with us. Breathe in deeply. Lifting your thumbs to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, and like the Samasta Sukini Bhavanti, may all beings be happy and free. Take your hands through your heart center towards the ground in front of you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for following along at home. Hope you enjoyed that practice. Let us know how you got on.